United States national debt has surpassed $31 trillion, and this comes with the steep climb of adding $8 trillion to the national debt in just 2020. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Honestly, I'm not too surprised that we have added that much debt since 2020. Just granted, the time frame, with the pandemic going on and all like the relief payments that we had to give, the general public. I'm honestly not surprised that it's continuing to grow. And with the way it's looking right now, the economy and just the inflation and interest rates, I just feel like it's probably only going to continue to grow.
With a growing debt like this as well, it's going to be very hard for our government to also be looking out for the best interest of entrepreneurs. If we want to keep it honest, with this growing debt, this is always going to be something that's looming in the background, and it's going to be harder for entrepreneurs because they're going to be needing to take more money from small business. They're going to be needing to take more money from the taxpayer if we ever want to potentially pay this debt down. So what are your guys' thoughts on, being a business owner with this in the United States with this kind of debt looming around in the background? How do you think this is going to affect entrepreneurs?
Well, I think the biggest thing in regards to the national debt crisis that everyone seems to avoid to talk about and no one ever mentions is that eventually at some point it's going to have to be paid back. That $31 trillion that we owe to ourselves, it's the most debt that any country owes to any country, as far as we don't owe that kind of debt to China. We don't owe that kind of debt to any country we do trade relations with. No, we owe $31 trillion to just us. That's not even including deficits that we have with other countries in the past. And so I think that, we got to look, it's our generations are the ones that should be more concerned about this in the future ones to come, because at a certain point, you do have to pay that debt back. Like, it's not just an everlasting cycle of like, oh no, you can just keep spending. It's like, no, you're going to have to find actual ways to grow the economy, whether that's through low taxes and low regulations, where the government, where the economy can grow, people are moving here, manufacturing's moving here, and you pay it off gradually, or other incentives that can inspire people to kind of like invest in American infrastructure and programs that can really help speed up that economic growth and be able to pay that off at some point. So I think from a business owner's sake, I think it definitely is concerning. Maybe they don't see the direct impact it has on them now, but I think in the future, like I said, at some point it's going to have to be paid off.